budget accommodation in Street 178. But I'll start off with something that's not budget. This ain't budget accommodation. You'd have to have an unlimited credit card to stay here. And for all those from Australia, I've got something to show you. If you're from Australia, you'll notice these foxtail palms. Were only discovered up in Cape York about 50 years ago, and now they've actually made their way to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and all through Cambodia. Foxtail palms. So they must be one of the best palms in the world. They are the best palms in the world, and if it's good enough for the INC Regency to have them growing outside the hotel, then they must be the world's best palm. Foxtail palms from Australia. Street 178 also has a tour company that does visas and buses and coaches from other destinations in Cambodia. So it's in Street 178. So it does everything here in Street 178. On the corner of Street 178 and Street 13. If you're from New Zealand, they've got mini marts named after you. So lots of Kiwi mini marts. Across the road from Street 13 and 178 is the museum in Street 178. And just down the end of that street there is the Royal Palace. Kiwi Mart open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and got tables and chairs outside. Got free Wi-Fi. With the ATMs, ABA is the best to use, but never use a standalone machine. Never. Only use them that are outside a bank or inside a bank. That's a warning. Do not use an ATM that stands alone. Only outside a bank or inside a bank. Use a credit card or a debit card. Warning. This is RS1 or RS2 guest house in Street 178. They've actually got three. Two guest houses, number 1 and number 2, and a hotel, RS. So check it up on your thing because there's different rates each month. Street 178 pizzas, no weed. Another guest house in Street 178. And there's an alleyway here right next to it, and I'll take you down the alleyway. There's 2 hotels down this little alleyway, and one is a guest house and a hotel, which is really, really cheap. Diamond Palace Hotel 2, RS2 guest house, and they've got coffees and restaurants and everything you need. But down this alleyway here, right next to RS2, there's an alleyway. I'll take you down the alleyway and show you what's down the alleyway. And right across the road is the Royal Palace Gardens, and then the Royal Palace is just beyond that. We'll go down this alleyway and show you some more budget accommodation that not many people know about. Probably one of the best guest houses. That's really huge. What? Oh, I'm good. No, long time no see. Yeah. I'm just telling people on YouTube about your guest house. Yeah. So they're really nice people here. And I've, actually stayed here when I first come to Cambodia, and a lot of friends stay here. So if you're coming to Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and you want a really, really good guest house with lots of room and free Wi-Fi, come and see this guy here. He's the owner, and he will look after you. I'll give him my card and just tell him Mystery Cambodia or John from Australia sent you, and he'll look after you. Okay, just say John from Australia or Mystery Cambodia sent me here, and he'll look after you. I'm going to give him my card so he knows. Hello, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Hey? Long time no see.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah. So they've got a real good breakfast included in the price. So, one of the best in Phnom Penh. They also do booking for buses and cars and planes, everything here. And they do a really good deal. This is it here. I'll go inside. I don't know if you can read this in blue writing on my YouTube, but I'll put it on. So they sell bus tickets and car tickets and luxury minivans. And the Narwin guest house or hotel. Really budget. Great location, right in the middle of Phnom Penh, opposite the Royal Palace and the National Cambodian Museum. They also do a visa, so if you want to extend your visa, they'll do it here. They do actually everything at this guest house and hotel. I don't know if you can see this. Laos visas, Thai visas, Chinese visas, extension visas, booking other hotels. So they do it all here. So this is the front desk for the Narwin guest house and hotel. A really budget place. And they have long-term accommodation also. And it's cheaper. For the longer you stay, the cheaper it is. So just tell them Mystery Cambodia or John from Australia sent you here. And the guys will look after you. So this is the Narwin Hotel, guest house and hotel. At the end of this little alleyway with the Royal Park opposite, right next to RS number 2 guest house. You'll come down this alleyway. This is the RS hostel down the alleyway, right at the very end. So we're right at the end of this alleyway. And they've got a notice on the window. I'll show you. It just says check with the RS2 guest house out the front that I showed you before. So the Narwin guest house and hotel, and right at the end is Street 178 and the Royal Palace Gardens and the museum. This alleyway is right next to RS2 guest house and Street 178 if you're coming down here. Just once again, that's the Royal Palace Gardens and the Royal Palace. The museum is down there. There's another guest house here on the corner of this alleyway. And RS3, this is RS2 guest house. RS3 hotel and guest house is down the alleyway with the Narwin hotel that I just filmed inside. A really budget place, and the longer you stay, the cheaper it is. And as I said before, just mention Mystery Cambodia sent you here, or John from Australia. Talk to the guys, the owners, not the lady behind the counter, because they change every day. She would know what you're talking about. Another one in Street 178, just by the RS2 guest house. There's a cheap noodles shop, Chinese noodles. Cambodia now has personalised number plates, and I don't know the true facts, but most people say they're about $5,000 plus each to get done. I don't know if it's true or not, but most people say it's more than $5,000 to get a pair of number plates personally made. This is mid-range on Street 178, a mid-range hotel, and cheaper, the longer you book. They've got one of the best sky bars overlooking Phnom Penh, and they've also got a swimming pool. So if you buy a meal, you can use the swimming pool up on the roof and overlook the Royal Palace and the Mekong River. A 360 view from the roof, sky bar. You don't have to be staying here to use the sky bar. Just go up and have one beer and look at the views. They've got a breakfast here And if you spend $7 on the breakfast, you can use the swimming pool free on the rooftop. And they've got a lunch also. If you buy a lunch, you can use the swimming pool free. They supply the towels. If you're from any European country, you won't be coming here. I don't like goat. Another small mini mart in Street 178. I'll just turn back and just show you what I've done. So I've done here, this part here, and I'll go and finish off up to Riverside. Street 178. Are those dogs dead? Where else in the world can dogs sleep in the middle of the road? This road, the Royal Palace is just down the end of that street there. Very close to the city centre and Street 178 and 172. Oh, you're not dead. I thought you were dead. Are you dead? Oi. You dead? Oi. Have you been run over? Not worried. Right in the middle of the road. Another guest house, the bright Lotus guest house in Street 178. And the very first time I come to Cambodia, 18 years ago, I had that apartment here for 19 months. And it didn't have Wi-Fi. And I used to sit on the balcony and use their Wi-Fi down below. But when I went from the balcony into my lounge, I lost Wi-Fi. So I stayed here, and the Royal Palace is just down the end of the street there. And when I was staying here, it was $170 a month, included everything. So obviously the prices are a little bit higher now, but that's what I paid when I first come here to Cambodia. There's a pharmacy across the road, but really expensive, don't use them. That's the Fran Capelli hotel that I just filmed before. The sky bars on the roof and the swimming pool. And it's got one of the best 360 views of Phnom Penh. So go and have a cold beer, you know, for $1 and look at the views, and you'll be able to use the swimming pool. Don't know about a free beer, but if you buy a meal, you'll have a free swimming pool. Don't know about having a drink. You'll have to ask. So there's a bright Lotus in my apartment that I stayed in, and really cheap meals here. Really budget and nice. And they got a little booth outside that's usually open that sells all these tickets. So almost to Riverside. And there's a guest house and budget accommodation on the corner over here. It was closed down in COVID-19 because no tourists come. I don't know whether it's open. I'll go and have a look. Right on the corner of Riverside. Blue Side Guest House. That's a budget one. And they got cheap meals and right on the corner of Riverside. And this one here is the Foreign Correspondence Club, or the FCC bar, that have been here before. And we're on the rooftop at the Sky Bar. It's under renovations, so I don't know when it's going to be open. It's been like this for over a year. The FCC Club. And the foreign correspondents stayed here during the Civil War in Cambodia between 1974 and 79. Now we're on the corner of Street 178 and Riverside. They call it Riverside or Street Number 1. And this is Street 178 that I've just taken you down. And right in the middle of Phnom Penh City. Now on the corner of Riverside and Street 178 are all these budget guest houses and hostels, from your own private room with a fan or air conditioning, real budget. But at the moment, in September the 27th, they've closed since COVID-19 and haven't opened up. But probably will open up around about November, December 2022, or be open early in January, February, March of 2023. So at the moment they're closed, but will probably open up when more tourists come. So that's, you know, if you're coming next month, that probably won't be open, but around about December, January, February, March next year or this year, in December 2022, they all may be open again. I don't know. So this is the tour of budget hotels and cheap places to eat, and an overpriced hotel at the beginning. Thank you. So these budget pubs, restaurants and hostels, but closed at the moment, but may be open the next few months and beginning of 2023. Nick
Good morning.
is from the Golden Sawyer Mall and now it's closed. Is it safe to enter the Golden Sawyer Mall?
On an evening, no, I wouldn't.
Dangerous place?
It is security doing their very, very much most to remain.
There's no security anymore?
People are getting very, very, very desperate because it's their home and their livelihood.
Yes.
And it's desperate people do desperate things.
Okay.
That's the case.
So it's not...
I would be very, very guarded. That, as I said, the pontoon and so forth, extremely, you're fine.
Yeah.
More than fine, but wandering around at the bottom end of it, I personally wouldn't do it. I've had trouble.
That's what I've been telling the tourists. Do not go to Golden Sawyer Mall or go inside.
Yeah, that is literally in the mall on that side.
And inside the mall, yeah.
The bars down the edge and everything else you're fine.
Yeah.
But security have been run round in circles because.
Yeah. So keep away from the Golden Sawyer Mall.
Yeah, that's it. And any problems, come and find us, okay?
Okay, thank you, Nick.
Thanks very much.
Now closed, up for demolition. More of the Golden Sawyer Mall. Everything's closed, and as I said before, even the pontoon nightclub is going to be demolished, and that's up for demolition in October. And they're going to put in hotels, high-rise apartments, more trees, more parks, more wider streets and office towers on this site. Street 51, Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Golden Sawyer Mall, or Pub Street, in Street 51 is now closed. Up for demolition in October 2022, including the pontoon nightclub. So all those tourists from around the world spent, you know, many days and weeks drinking and having entertainment at the Golden Sawyer Mall. It is no longer here, and not advisable to go inside. All the shops are still empty, and some of the girls are still staying in here, but there's a lot of, you know, once you get it right inside the mall, it's not safe. Too many guys prowling around looking for, snatching phones or robbing you of your wallets or your phone or money or anything you're carrying. So do not enter. It is not safe to enter now. So they're coming to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Now, today is the 27th of September 2022. If you're coming after this date, do not enter the Golden Sawyer Mall. It is far too dangerous. You'll have everything stolen from you or you'll be held up. As you can see, the whole city block is up for demolition. It's all closed down now. So once again, you can come and stand on the other side of the road like I am, but don't go anywhere inside the Golden Sawyer Mall. Make that a warning. Do not enter inside there. There's too much criminal activity inside the abandoned mall, and do not go inside. You can visit it from the other side like I am, but someone, although my video equipment is all locked up around my neck with security equipment, 2 people have already tried to steal my phone without success because I've got security gear around it. And I left all my wallet and all my other personal possessions at home, and I've only got enough money to get a tuk-tuk home. That's all I'm carrying. So do not enter Golden Sawyer Mall if you come to Phnom Penh, Cambodia. Don't even go on that side of the road, because all those little shops there, they've got undesirables in them sleeping, and they've got no money and they'll just rob you. So make that a warning that I've just found out twice within 3 minutes. The first time anyone's ever tried to steal my video equipment with all security locked onto it that can't be taken. 27th September 2022. Thank you, and hope you enjoy your holiday in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And if you've been to Phnom Penh, Cambodia before, you'll recognise Pub Street. Going to be demolished in October 2022.